Hello guys, this is going to be another imaginary, so this is going to be, the camera's going to go off again. See, I'm going to just start off like this. I could tell you guys to close your eyes, relax, just, just feel the story. And don't forget at the end of the video, comment down what the next scenario you guys want to see is in the story, okay? And yeah, camera's going off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Camera is off. Okay, so where we left off last time was the plane has just crashed. He was in a daze. He's looking around, left, right. His eyes are blinking just into the light. His hand goes onto his head. Whew, he says. Rubs his head. Rub, rub. He gets up in a sitting position. Looks around. A couple more blinks. And he notices debris everywhere from the plane. But this time it's just the back half of the plane. He doesn't see the front. He got lucky that he wasn't sitting right in the middle. So he stands up onto his feet. He starts looking around, looking for any supplies, because before this he has watched a couple Survivor shows. In the Survivor shows, he could tell, first thing, try to find objects that are useful. Second, try to find for life. Third, try to build a shelter and all that. So these are the thoughts that's running through his mind. So he's rummaging around, since this is the back of the plane. So most likely the stuff like the luggage and medical supplies or something might be in the back. That's what he's hoping. So he starts looking around and he can't really find anything. He found his suitcase though, but he didn't bring nothing with him. He thought it was just going to be a short ride, and he thought he was just going to pass through and then go to a different destination, and then there he could buy clothes and any supplies he need once he got there. But yeah, but he did find a flare gun. He found a flare gun with one extra flare, so 2 flares in total. So he found a flare gun, his bag, which had a couple clothes, some just his regular stuff, his wallet, passport, and the flare gun. And so he looked around some more. He walked down the beach line a little bit. He didn't want to go in because behind him was basically a forest. It's basically a forest. He didn't want to go in there. He didn't want to risk it yet. So he walked down the shoreline a bit, and off in the distance he could see the front of the plane. So he starts walking towards the front of the plane. And as he gets closer, he starts seeing smoke and fire. He thinks it's the pilot and the stewardess. Maybe they already woke up and started making a fire. As he starts getting closer, he starts seeing multiple people. It's not just 2 people there. It's about 4 to 5 people. What he thinks they're people. All he can see is the silhouette bouncing off the flames. And he sees about 5, and he sees one guy turning his arm like he's cranking something. As he gets closer, he's starting to tippy toe now, and he's starting to go more into the bushes off to the right, away from the water, so he's not so open. And he starts creeping slowly starts creeping forward, and he sees that what he's cranking is the bodies of the stewardess and pilot over the flame. He sees them cranking. He watches for a good 5 to 10 minutes before one of the guys pulls out a knife, cuts a piece of flesh from the stewardess, and pops it in his mouth. He stumbles back, sits. He cannot imagine what he just seen. He just seen someone eat a person. And so he turns back around. Things are racing in his mind. He doesn't know what to do because he doesn't know how big the island is. If he's on an island, if he's on a freaking another continent, a big chunk of land, he doesn't know. But all he knows is that 5 cannibals are close to him, are close, and he has to find somewhere and hide fast or try to figure something out. So he starts walking more. He doesn't. He's not on the beach no more. He starts walking into the forest, but on the opposite direction of where they're at. And as he's walking, he's hearing noises like a whole bunch of different animals. Some noises he doesn't even recognize. Some of them are just too bizarre, like roars, but with more pitch, like almost like the fake T-Rex sounds that you see on TV. Basically, like that kind of roars out in the far distance. He hears. It's not close, so he's not so worried, but he's still on guard. And he just remembered. He starts feeling around to see if he has any weapon. And he remembered. I think his father told him long ago to always keep a little knife on you. So that's what he does. In his wallet, he keeps a little knife. It's little. It's not too big, but it can, it's still, he bought a pretty good, knife. So he pulls it out just in case something happens. And he's still walking towards. He sees a rock formation in the distance. The trees part a little bit, and you can see rock distance in the forward distance. So he starts walking towards it. Mind you, he has no food or water right now. So he's kind of just walking aimlessly through the thing, trying to get to that rock formation, trying to climb up it, and scout the area. So he starts walking towards it, and he gets to it. He looks up, takes a deep breath, and starts scaling the rock. He does it because he took a couple years of rock climbing, freehand rock climbing, because he was bored. So he's somewhat pretty good at it still. So he climbed his way onto the rock, all the way to the top. And on his way to the top, he's seen halfway up, there's a hole entering like a cave. But he didn't want to go in there, so he just passed it and kept going up because he wanted to get a view first and then maybe go scout out the cave. So he gets to the top, and on the top, he looks out onto the distance, and all he sees, water, trees, as far as the eye can see. He turns 360. All he sees is water and trees. Water and trees. That's all he sees. Doesn't see no town, no buildings, no nothing. So he sits there, takes in the air for a bit, pondering what his next move should be. And he thought, I'll go check out the cave that he just passed. It can't be that dangerous. There couldn't be that many people in there. People. Thought to himself, people, but he knew he meant animals, because he thought, no. In the back of his mind, there was a little bit of hint that someone might still be in there, since there was those 5 on the beach. So he makes his way down the side of the hill, and he enters the cave. And when he sets foot off the cave and into the opening of the cave, he looks, and it's just pitch dark, but on the far distance he sees a glimmer of light, like coming from the ceiling. So he walks a little bit towards it, carefully, very carefully, with the knife stuck in front of him. He's trembling right now. The knife is in his hand. He's taking one step, slowly, slowly taking steps forward till he's about halfway because the light is getting bigger and closer. He's about halfway and he makes out that the light is shining on a pedestal with something on it. He can't tell what it is, but this is the part where you guys gotta make up what is on the pedestal, and that would be next week's story. I hope you guys like it. And yeah, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. You guys tell me what's on the pedestal or what's his next move. Does he turn around and run out? It's all up to you guys. See you guys later. Bye.